Hey, Max.
Hey.
Ready for 59 questions?
I am ready.
Here we go. Cal National Championship or Dodgers World Series title?
People are gonna be mad, but Dodgers World Series.
Draw or fade?
Fade.
In-N-Out or Chick-Fil-A?
Chick-Fil-A.
What's one rule change you'd make in golf?
No metal spikes. At least in professional golf, they are the worst.
Favorite city to visit on tour?
It's not to live there anymore, Los Angeles.
Favorite city not on tour?
Ooh. That's a great question. Favorite city not on tour? Yikes. Nashville?
Best warm-up song?
Oh, that's another good question. No Role Models by J. Cole?
What's one key to your pre-round preparation?
The timing of it, just the cadence of kind of doing the same thing every time.
What's your coffee order?
I don't drink coffee.
Favorite professional win?
The one at the Genesis in LA, hometown, that was easily my favorite.
Favorite non-professional win?
Oh man. I mean, I'm gonna skip out on college and call that professional. I just won the Old Sandwich pro member with my buddy Josh Isner. That was pretty fun.
When did you first meet your caddy, Joe?
I was 6 years old. I saw him in the group in front of me and then ended up meeting him later that year, but yeah, it's been a long time.
What's the most unexpected part of becoming a parent?
Oh man. Most unexpected? I think realizing how selfless you could be. I think realizing just how much you can love your partner and some alien thing. Just how much you can do off almost no sleep, like at all. I think that shocked me.
Nickname only your friends call you?
Champ.
When you think about Ryder Cups and President's Cups, what do you love about team formats?
The camaraderie is amazing, like getting to sit around, you get to pick people's brains, but you also just get to goof off. I just feel like you create this like very deep bond with everybody on the team that just doesn't go away. Week to week, it's just like I have new friends and like they're much more meaningful. Like me and Brian Harmon, we're never super close, and since we played the Ryder Cup together, I mean, he's one of my favorite people out here, so it's pretty cool.
When you're on the golf course, how do you deal with the unexpected?
That's a good question. I think we just get used to it. Golf has so many variables and we hit so many bad shots behind trees and in the water that it's almost like the expected becomes slightly expected. So there's very rare that something happens that we haven't seen before, but I think that just like indoctrinated in and since we were little kids playing this game.
Most clutch moment of your career?
I made a putt to not lose the Ryder Cup. I would say that's up there.
2 words to describe your first PGA Tour win?
I'm shocked.
If you could take one part from someone's game, who and what would it be?
Yeah, I think you'd take Rory's driving these days. It's outrageous and it's such a necessary skill these days to be like dominant.
Launch monitor stat you look at first?
Depends the club. So if it's with like a lob wedge and I'm hitting, distance wedges, it's the launch angle. If I'm working on driver lately, it's been the attack angle. So it kind of varies club to club.
Proudest achievement outside of golf?
My son seems to be, for 2 years old, a pretty good kid. So far, so good.
Favorite major course?
Oh, man. I really liked, that's hard. All the British Open courses are amazing, or the Open. It's hard not to say Augusta, but I love playing golf over in Europe.
Favorite non-major course?
Riviera Country Club.
Dream foursome?
Yeah, I have an abstract answer for this. It's not like celebrities. It's Joe, my caddy, and then two of my friends, Johnny and Pete. I think that's more fun than getting to play with all these famous people.
Bucket list course?
Never played Pine Valley. I think that's up there. We're going to Portrush. I've always wanted to play there. Well, at least I get to check that one off. And probably Sand Valley. Those would be my three right now.
What other golf job could you see yourself doing besides playing?
I could caddy. I think I'd be a good caddy. I could do something in maybe the broadcasting space potentially. But yeah, I mean, I think I'd be a decent caddy.
Favorite place to vacation?
I don't take very many vacations. We turn golf trips into vacations, so it's nice to go to Hawaii, to Maui every year.
Who's on your golf Mount Rushmore?
Tiger, Jack Nicklaus. Scotty's got like half a slab at the moment. Arnold Palmer.
Best piece of advice you've ever received?
It's my favorite. Don't be that guy. Every party, every golf tournament, every function, everything has a that guy. You don't want to be that guy.
Nice. Best athlete on tour?
Ooh. I mean, you kind of have to say Gary Woodland, although it pains me to say because he did play like high-level college basketball. So I gotta say he's up there.
Most underrated golfer on tour?
God, that's a hard question. Most underrated, Russell Henley, I would think.
Favorite golf hole ever?
Ooh, favorite golf hole ever. That's a phenomenal question. I love the 8th hole at Pebble. Maybe 13 at Augusta. I think that's way up there.
Was there a moment in a tournament that stands out above the rest where you faced great adversity?
Yeah, most events. I definitely lean towards LA when I won. In the first playoff hole, I hit a ball up against a tree. And it was one of the only times I can remember where I could confidently tell my caddy Joe didn't know what I should do, and he was like asking me all these questions, and I was like one of the only times ever I looked at him, I was like, I got this, like you don't worry about it. Like I see it, I got it, and I wasn't lying. I really meant it. So it worked itself out.
And other than that specific moment, is there a broad way that you overcome adversity on the golf course?
I mean, sometimes I do better than other times, so I guess take this with a grain of salt. But when you are very, very, very present and you just look at what you have and not how you got there or what might happen after that, I feel like that's typically the best way to overcome some kind of adversity.
Favorite distance on a golf course?
119.
Favorite distance on a simulator?
TGL is showing me not less than 100 yards. We were not very good at that the first match I played. Simulator, I think just anything far. You just want to hit as hard as you can into that screen.
Coolest thing about spending time with Tiger?
I mean, part of it's just getting to pick his brain about golf and hear some stories, but I would say honestly, just like the kid in me is that just getting to talk to him like a normal human, you know? Getting to talk about sports and the Dodgers and all that stuff instead of always golf.
What's the most surprising thing about spending time with Tiger?
That he's as normal gets. He's just really good at golf.
Who's the most stylish player on tour?
Minwoo Lee.
Biggest animal you could beat in a fight?
Oh boy, we talked about this when we went on a safari about how small the biggest animal we could beat is. Like I'm not even to warthog. Warthog would beat me up. I'm at like a bird if it didn't see me coming, but like a big bird. I think if it didn't see me coming, I could pounce. But I mean, it's not a big animal. Like I said, that safari showed me I have no chance against much of anything.
Biggest animal you could beat in a fight if Joe jumped in?
So maybe even smaller than if it's just me. I don't think Joe's helping me much in that. He looks a lot scarier than he really is.
What are the most important items in your golf bag other than golf equipment?
I have a Lucky divot tool fixer, or divot tool. So that's important. A laser, rangefinder, and practice rounds. And yardage book cover. 3 necessities.
How do you use your stats throughout the season?
Honestly, for the most part, Joe and my coach look at them more than I do. I think it's a good barometer to know if you're like crazy or not. Like if you're saying, hey, I'm not hitting it well, and it's nice to see like, hey, I actually hit it better than I thought I did. Or vice versa, hey, I'm hitting it well. It's like, well, it's showing you're not, so then you can get into it and be like, hey, you know, from this distance, you're not very good right now, and that's holding you back. So, but for the most part, Joe takes care of it, and then he kind of advises how we're going to practice based off that.
Claret jug or green jacket?
Claret jug, don't beat me up for that one.
If you were to start a small business, what would it be?
It'd be very small. Always had this dream of having a restaurant, and it was known for having curly fries and crushed ice in the soda. I don't know why that's not like more of a staple in this country, but that's definitely my platform.
All right, well, I'd be there. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation sounds nice with my job. I would love not to have to, you know, travel as much.
Golfing idol growing up other than Tiger?
Oh man, Jason Gore.
Biggest fear?
Snakes.
Most common takeout order?
I don't know, I mix it up a lot. Like fast food? Most common? I guess it's not fast food, I just eat Chipotle a lot. I eat Chipotle like 3 times a week, 4 times a week.
Favorite song right now?
Oh, my favorite song. Blue Water by my buddy Mike. That's high up on my list.
Last movie that made you cry laughing?
That has been a minute. Step Brothers does it anytime it comes on, so I'll always say Step Brothers. I've missed this putt 18 times to the right.
Go-to karaoke song?
Santeria by Sublime.
Secret talent?
I wish I could just say singing right after that, but that's not it. Secret talent? I mean, I read at like a 10th grade level, that's pretty good. I can do that cauliflower tongue with my tongue where you make it into like a little 3-leaf clover, that's cool.
All right, 4 more questions. What's your Roman Empire?
I don't particularly understand how traffic starts. There's not an accident. Drive a lot, I'm from Los Angeles. Like at some point, do 4 people just decide I'm gonna drive slower and not let anybody pass me? I think about that a lot.
When are moments that you lean on your team the most?
Moments like I've been having the last 9 months, not great golf. My head is spiraling, and it's nice to have people like Joe and my wife and my coach and just everybody, my agent, just like bring me back to the present. It's the hardest thing to do, but I do believe it's the most important thing to do.
What advice would you give your younger self?
Smell the roses.
And lastly, fill in the blank. I wouldn't be as successful as I am without
Work ethic.
That's 59 questions. Thanks, Max.
Sounds good.